What makes a good investment property? That's coming up after this. Hi, my name is Tony Law from Your First Four Houses, and my channel is all about helping you achieve financial freedom through property. If this is your first time here, be sure to subscribe to the channel and click the bell notification icon so that you don't miss out on any of the free content that I give you each and every week. So what does make a good investment property? Now, I'm sure you can appreciate I'm going to have to be fairly general here because there are so many different types of strategies that you could go down. Which leads me neatly onto my first point, which is indeed strategy. Does it align with your strategy? Are you clear on what your strategy actually is? Now, if you're not, I might be able to help you here because I do offer a limited number of strategy calls. If you click on the description in the box below, you can check that out and see how that might actually work. But the property that you're going to buy, it needs to align with your strategy, I would strongly suggest. Let's talk about location. Now, location has to follow on from strategy, I believe, and it is absolutely essential that you get the location right. Is it close to local employment? Is it close to a major city where there might be employment, or of course where there would be employment? What about transport links? And here I'm talking about both current transport links and any future planned transport links. What about shops? Are you maybe walking distance to a local corner shop, which I always think is a real advantage? Obviously, if it's a family home, you're going to have other considerations, things like schooling, maybe crime statistics, other facilities that are around you. All of these need to be weighed up when determining if this is the right investment property for you to buy. Demand must be really high on that list of priorities. I don't care whether it's an HMO, a single let, serviced accommodation, or whatever. You must honestly check the demand in that area. Maybe there's an oversaturation of the type of property that you're actually looking at here. And also keep in mind your demographic. If it's students, well, students are looking for very specific things, aren't they? Which of course a big part of that is of course location. If it's workers, again, they're looking for specific things. If it's professionals, again, they're looking for specific things. And as I say, is there an oversaturation of that particular type of property? By the way, if you're finding this stuff helpful, I would love it if you could take a moment just to click on that like button down there. It really helps me if that's okay. Let's talk about return, and I'm specifically talking about return on investment. Work it out. Work it out. Now, I've done videos on this before and I'll link to them up here, but work out the return on investment on the property that you're considering and then look at other comparable properties in the area. A return on investment has to be a really big indicator on whether this is a property that you should be buying. Other considerations in this kind of camp would include, are you buying it at a discount? Often referred to as buying below market value. If you're not, are you able to put in place some kind of a creative financial solution, a win-win solution for the seller that makes it really work for them, absolutely, but also financially really work for you? I'd suggest you should be focusing on investments that offer a sustainable level of cash flow because honestly, cash flow really is king. I always encourage people to buy their properties and keep them for the very long term. They're like little miniature sort of like cash machines that put money in your pocket every single month. Cash flow really is king. But also, is there the potential for future capital growth when it comes to the financial side of things? Can you see any potential for future capital growth? As I say, try to take the really long-term view here. Next, let's talk about condition. First off, keep in mind we're not actually going to be living there ourselves, so we might have slightly different standards, but we do want low maintenance properties. It's better for the tenants and of course it's better for us, isn't it? Because low maintenance means that we're not going to be going over there, or rather our guys, our handyman and our workers aren't going to be going over there on a regular basis to sort of maintain and keep the property all up to date. So is that property really bang up to date? Is it smart and neat and ready to be let? If it's not, are we happy to actually carry out the work to bring it up to where it needs to be? And if so, have you budgeted for that? Always allow a contingency, actually, whilst we're on this subject. Next, let's talk about potential. always try to add value in some way. So this might be as straightforward as a simple refurbishment. Although always make sure that when you're actually calculating this, the cost of the refurbishment actually adds genuine value over and above what it actually costs you to do the refurbishment. That should be pretty obvious, I would have thought. Maybe we can add 1 or 2 bedrooms. Could we maybe build in the garden, for example? There's lots of ways to really add great value to a property, but you must consider all of the costs involved in doing that. Research future developments in the area. Is there going to be a shopping centre just down the road which might really bring up the value of your particular property? Or maybe over here they're about to build 100 flats which might really bring down the actual value of your property. All of these things are really important and you must consider them. I really hope you found that one helpful. For more tips and tricks like this, be sure to subscribe to our channel, and also while you're here, grab this 50-point checklist because it's going to really help you the next time you want to buy an investment property. My name's Tony Law from Your First 4 Houses with online training to help build your property portfolio.